Good morning, world. This mug of hot pipe and piss is sure to get me going. Let's go check out today's belly button forecast. Pretty nice. Oh no, her belly button! Oh god, it's all flat! Taira no Kagekiyo is a quick single target avenger. Her NP removes the enemy's buff before attacking and has an extra effect that is dependent on her second skill, which I will explain later. Her overcharge inflicts the curse status for 5 turns, and can do 1000 to 5000 damage per turn depending on the overcharge percentage. Taira's kit is mainly catered towards offense, but with some decent defensive skills thrown in it as well. Her first skill increases her damage by 200% against Genji enemies for 3 turns. 200%? That sounds great, is what you're probably thinking. But let me show you all the Genji enemies in the game so far. Yup, that's all of them. So unless you happen to find one of these guys out in the wild, this first effect is basically useless. The next effect increases her critical damage by 100% for 3 turns. It also gives her a 30% NP charge, which is also nice. And finally, it reduces the whole party's star absorb by 100% for 3 turns. Taira doesn't get affected by this, so she'll be gobbling up all the stars. Her second skill gives her guts that activates one time, reviving her with 3000 HP, and it lasts for 3 turns. It also increases her death resistance by 100% for 3 turns. Now, as promised, I will explain to you the skill that also affects her NP. Taira has this exclusive vengeance status that lasts for 10 turns. She gets the status every time she revives from her guts, and it adds an extra 25% damage to her NP for each one she has. The vengeance damage multiplier caps at 4, meaning that her NP can potentially do an extra 100% damage. Now, stacking 4 vengeance is doable because of this skill's impressive 4-turn cooldown, but honestly, unless you're using her in a really hard boss fight, you'll rarely see her die unless you do it on purpose. Doesn't help that her third skill gives her an evade for 2 attacks that last for 3 turns. It also increases her attack by a beefy 30%. And finally, it curses all enemies for 3 turns, dealing 500 damage per turn as a cherry on top. Is Taira worth it? I'd say yeah. Now, back to my piss.